Good morning and happy Easter. Dobro jutro i sretan Uskrs. So, what I'd like to share with you this morning as an Easter meditation, this is just where my natural reading landed me when I went to pick up the book this morning, where I had left off as I'm going through another Henri Nouwen book, one of my beloved spiritual figures. This is from his time in Latin America. And this passage specifically references an experience he had in Peru. And I could think of no better meditation for an Easter Sunday. I saw many statues of Jesus sitting in a chair covered with a velvet purple cloak, his head crowned with thorns, streaks of blood covering his face. I saw a painting of Jesus lying naked on the floor, his whole body covered with stripes from the flagellating whip. I saw one altar with a life-size Jesus figure with the eyes of a man driven mad by torture. It was so frightening that I could not look at it longer than a few seconds. But most haunting of all was a huge altar surrounded by 6 niches in which Jesus was portrayed in different states of anguish, bound to a pillar, lying on the ground, sitting on a rock, and so on, always naked and covered with blood. All these niches were surrounded by rich golden ornaments, so much so that the whole wall became like a solid gold icon portraying the most abject forms of human suffering. Men and women from all ages and backgrounds gazed at these morbid Christ figures, some kneeling, some standing, some with crossed fingers, some with their arms stretched out in a pleading gesture. This is the Christ the Spanish conquistadors introduced to the Indians. This is the Christ to whom the people of Peru have prayed during the last 5 centuries. This is the Christ to whom they bring their own pains and suffering. Nowhere did I see a sign of the resurrection. Nowhere was I reminded of the truth that Christ overcame sin and death and rose victorious from the grave. All was Good Friday. Easter was absent. I asked a priest about all of this. Yes, he said, on Good Friday the churches are packed and thousands of people go to confession. But Easter here seems like a quiet, ordinary Sunday. This is a penitential people. The nearly exclusive emphasis on the tortured body of Christ strikes me as a perversion of the good news into a morbid story that intimidates, frightens, and even subdues people, but does not liberate them. I wonder how much of this has also been part of my own religious history, although more subtly. Maybe deep in my psyche, I too know more about the deformed Jesus than about the risen Christ.